What's up, guys? Back again, bringing you a video today. I wanted to start a new series um, on my channel. Basically, what I'd like to do is start having more videos about guitar discussion and not as much as like guitar gear. I know I make a lot of videos about, guitars and pickups and tremolos and all that stuff, but I'd like to have more conversations about like guitar in terms of like, I don't know, maybe like philosophical ideas or ideologies about people and guitar and those types of conversations. In I've been thinking about doing this for a while, but I was eating breakfast today and I came across this Marty Friedman video. If you don't know who Marty Friedman is, then you're definitely missing out. The guy is criminally underrated. Such a great guitarist. This video that I came across was a full shred with Marty Friedman, how to play fast arpeggios without sweep picking. And I'm going to play this little clip for you right here, and then we're going to talk about what he says and why it makes a lot of sense and a lot of misconceptions out there. So let's check this out.
Because a lot of kids, when they start playing guitar, they see something that looks difficult to do, and that's what they're impressed by. And it's excusable, okay? When I first started playing, I heard Alvin Lee do this. It was the end of the world. That was the coolest thing I ever heard. But then I realized, actually, it was pretty cool the way he did it. But I mean, just playing fast is really attractive when you can't do it. But once you can do it, you realize nobody cool is going to want you to do it. So you kind of have to use a little bit of restraint with that stuff. But the important...
Okay, so one thing that I've come across in a lot of videos and talking to people is that it's usually players that are pretty young, players that have played for anywhere from 3 to 7 years. They're totally impressed by how fast somebody can play, and I'm here to tell you right now that just because you play fast doesn't mean you're good. And I have a multitude of examples that can back that up. And there's a lot of players on YouTube that I go and I check out, new players and stuff. There's one, Jason Richardson, kind of the newest the newest kid on the block. In a lot of the videos, he's playing fast, sweeping all over the place, and all these comments just, once again, thinking that, this guy is God, and always the comment of, oh, I'm going to go burn my guitar now. It's like, the thing about playing fast is, first of all, it's not something that you do every time you pick up a guitar. I mean, playing fast is like a tool in your toolbox, and you're not going to say you build an engine, and you're not going to use just a hammer or a Phillips head screwdriver to rebuild an engine. There's a multitude of tools that you can use to accomplish that. And the same thing goes with music. There's a lot of different tools in music. There's legato, there's alternate picking, there's tapping, and obviously there's speed. And playing fast all the time, first of all, it gets old, and I think it shows a little lack of diversity. There's very few famous guitarists that have built their entire career on playing fast. If you look at the great guitarists, Eric Johnson, Steve Vai, Satriani, Eric Clapton. I mean, a lot of the greats out there, their famous songs aren't songs that are like 1,000 beats per minute. They're not out there like shredding up and down the neck, just because that using speed is just appropriate for a certain amount of time. I mean, you don't get in your car and drive 100 miles an hour every time you're behind the wheel. I mean, not a great comparison because it's against the law, but maybe we should have like speed laws on guitars. But, the thing is, playing fast is just one part of writing music, and to rely on it all the time, really, it's not, to me, it gets really boring. And one of the best examples is Sean Lane. And I know a lot of people think of Sean Lane as being like the fastest guitarist, and he's really known for his speed. But if you look at the songs that really made Sean Lane famous, a lot of them aren't fast. I mean, the majority of them aren't fast. Look at Once Upon a Time in the West, Epilogue for Lisa, which is a beautiful song. Go check out Epilogue for Lisa by Sean Lane. I mean, talk about, this guy and it's not all about speed. There was another one, Flying Gray Pianos, Esperanto. A lot of Sean Lane songs that I think are beautiful and great pieces of work aren't, him playing a million miles an hour. That's not what he relied on. It was something that he could do. But really, when he wrote his music, the stuff that I remember, it's stuff that's real slower and more, has more feel to it, more emotion. And there's, the argument that, well, you can't play fast and have emotion. And that, that's true to a certain degree. if you're playing fast all the time, like, I don't know whose career was built on speed, like Yngwie Malmsteen. A lot of his stuff is like playing as fast as humanly possible, these classical arpeggios or whatever. And I just don't think that that's really something that a lot of people could take and build a whole career around, playing fast. Because really, I mean, music is an expression, and if you're always if you're always have the same expression, like if you're always mad, what are people going to think? Well, you're always mad. Well, if you always play fast, then you know that's going to get old after a while, and really that just kind of pigeonholes you into a certain play style. And like what Marty Friedman said here, a lot of people think that they're impressed by things that they can't do. That's human nature. If we see somebody like Michael Jordan go out and dunk from the free throw line, well, not a lot of people can do that. Very few people can actually do that, and we're impressed by that because not everybody can do that. And if you're a person that's just played guitar for a few years and you watch somebody, like Marshall Harrison, go watch one of his live streams, I mean, sure, you're going to feel discouraged, but that's only because you're not at his level. And it only takes practice and time to be at somebody's level. That's just how it works. I mean, if you're willing to put in the time and the practice, you'll get to that level. But it reminds me of an old Buddhist story that I read a long time ago where they said to an old man, I forget the whole situation, but they said, you can move mountains with your mind, but when you get to that level, you'll see that that doesn't matter. So the whole moral of the story is yeah, you can do that, but when you get to the point where you can do that, you'll understand that it's useless and it really serves no purpose. So you can be impressed by somebody playing fast when you're new to guitar because you can't do it, but once you get to where you can do it, then to you it's not so mystical or amazing anymore. It's just okay, now I can do that. So to me, it's like playing fast. It's not something that I do. I mean, sometimes I can play fast, and it's just not really something that I'm impressed by because I see tons of videos and these people playing, super fast, and I'm just like, I shut it off, really, and I don't want to get in arguments over playing fast and skill because that is such a huge debate. If you can play fast, you have skill. Well, yeah, to a certain degree, but I think it takes a skill to play well slow is, in the same vein, conversely, playing fast takes skill. Well, I think that playing slow takes skill. To be able to put more emotion in one note than, 500 notes, 500 notes a second, then, to me, that's a skill that you need to work on just as much as playing fast. You have to build a whole toolbox full of abilities in order to be, a complete musician, guitarist, however you want to put it. But anyways, that's just my opinion on playing fast. It's something that I used to be into, but the older that I get and the more that I play, I look for people with more creativity instead of fast, of people that, they bring a more unique sound, like that Per Nelson video that I put up. I mean, the guy's just a great player. I'm more impressed with people that can write beautiful music as opposed to someone that can play super fast. But anyways, that's just my opinion, guys. If you want to chime in, go ahead. I'd like to do more philosophical videos about, talking about music and guitar. So if you're into that, let me know. Anyways, guys, leave your comments and questions or suggestions down below, and I'll talk to you in the next one.